Well, happy Saturday, folks. The real Captain Kirk here. We're live from One Bethlehem Plaza here in downtown Bethlehem on the 13th of June. It's a warm day, going to be up in the mid-80s, so I guess that makes it the warmest in 11 years, but much lower humidity. You can tell by the little more blue sky here today, so we'll take it here. Thought we asked our cute robot Sonny, at least he's cute, right? What we see here for June, again, wholesale change here in the pattern here. So we've started off with a pretty hot national view. So maps left here at the front half of June and year over year, again, how our clients would look at it. So much warmer, obviously, in the central U.S., cooler in the Pacific Northwest. Then we look at the latter half of June here. It's going to make a flip-flop. We're going to take that cold weather and shift to the Great Lakes Northeast and warm up in the Pacific Northwest. So overall, this latter half of June here is going to be the coolest in 3 years. Also going to be wettest in 8 years. So we're getting into a little wetter pattern. So it's pretty dry for the front couple weeks of June here. And then Father's Day period looks to be the wettest in 8 years. And maybe a little drier. We'll see about that. 4th of July may continue this wet pattern. Starting to see this would be kind of a typical moderate to strong emerging El Nino type pattern, which you got the cooler, wetter pattern would be the theme under that scenario. Looking at total rainfall, now again, some of this is history, 1 through 14 June or 1 through 13 June, and then the rest is forecast. But again, overall, looks like we're going to end up just a hair below last year, but still 17th wettest, so above average national precip, and making some improvement here in the East, New Jersey, and Eastern PA here. It's been pretty dry as of late. Look at last week, world summer here, ending today here with a hot week for sure. So 2.3 warmer than last year, warmest in 5, second hottest in 41 years. So much above average. Hot 90-degree days, finally way up, 35% over last year, most in 5, fifth most in 41 years, and drier, 12% drier, but still about 18th wettest. So hotter, again, a little bit drier is good for hot seasonal categories. So we probably cannibalized some Father's Day sales and shifted those up into this week. Pool chemicals, grilling, hot categories, cold beverages, again, all those things would probably do very, very well here. So we may have stolen some sales here from the Father's Day sales here. Up in Canada, again, warm and wettest in 6 years. Europe, still a little bit cooler, and it's still very, very wet, again, across Europe. Big map here is trends versus last year, how our clients would look at their sales versus weather trends, and maps inset left are the trends versus average. Look at the weekly head severe weather outlook here again. So we've got some severe weather here in the heartland, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri areas. Again, that'll be shifting Sunday here into our neck of the woods here in the mid-Atlantic, southern New England, and then another round probably middle part of this week coming up here where it'll be a strong cold front coming through really from the Midwest, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio Valley into the, again, Pennsylvania, New Jersey area, another round of severe weather. New feature on our interactive maps here is kind of a future radar. We have an 18-hour version as of this morning here. So again, you see this is a future forecast of severe weather. We could overlay all kinds of stuff here, wind flow and temperatures, but looks like, again, we see a line of severe thunderstorms developing really from the Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, southern Illinois area here over later this evening into tonight. Looking at this week, again, week prior to Father's Day, very critical week here, again, cooler. So we like hotter, drier trends like we kind of had last week. Not so this week. So 2.1 cooler than last year, coolest in 3 years. Still 18th warmest, but that's about near average national temperatures. Cold front's not quite. It's going to make it through the east here, but warm ahead of the cold front, and then cooling trend here for sure, even along the East Coast. Hot 90-degree days way down, 39% less than last year, least in 3, 12th, least in 41, so below average after some pretty hot weather last year. Rainfall way up, 11% wetter than last year, wettest in 7, 9th wettest in 41 years, and very, very heavy rain there in East Texas into the Mississippi, Alabama areas. Again, eventually here we may be getting too much of a good thing here with the heavier rain and kind of in that Texas, Arkansas, southeast, but not deep southeast, but regions. Big maps here again, trends versus average. Maps inset left are the trends versus last year. Next week, again, hard to believe this is the last week of June here, but even colder trends, 3.2 cooler than last year, coolest in 3 years. 14th coolest in 41 years, so that's actually below average national temperatures. Tale of two halves, though. Eastern 2/3, central U.S. cooler, hot west. Hot 90 degrees way down, though, down 50% versus last year, least in 9 years, 13th least in 41 years. So near record heat last year, again, quite a bit cooler this year. Rainfall, again, up 23%, wettest in 3 years, 14th wettest, above average. Again, a little bit too much rain there, again, as we look to the Arkansas area again. So week after week here of heavier rain. Just got to watch out for some flash flooding. Some beneficial rains. Again, parts of New Jersey are parched again. So again, see some 1-2+ inches of rain there where they need it. So they'll take it And we just aggregate these world 2-week trends here for 14 through 27 June. General theme is the eastern 2/3 of the country is cooler, except Florida and the southeast, and hot in the west and western U.S., western Canada. Cooler down in southern Brazil, and getting hot finally in western and central Europe. Aggregating world 2-week rainfall trends here. So again, generally theme is above average rainfall really from Mexico, the southeast, even up into the northeast, mid-Atlantic, dry in the Pacific Northwest. So flip-flop, getting hot and dry in the Pacific Northwest. Still wet down under in Brazil, and again, drying out, and finally, after a couple of very wet weeks in Europe, below average general rainfall is the theme. Don't forget, you can get this email blog video in your inbox every Saturday morning, afternoon. It's weathertrends360.com/newsletter/captains-log/subscribe. Link above there. And again, it's free, and you'll have it every Saturday in your inbox. We're going to be remote here for the next couple weeks here. Again, so this will be the last video here, probably until we get toward July 4th weekend here. But again, so have a great couple weeks ahead, end of June here, and we will talk to you in a couple weeks.